All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's been about 5 minutes since I stopped recording the last episode. So I am just going to dive right back into where I left off. We're talking about the second episode, the second semifinal for the American Song Contest. We got a lot to cover. We got 11 performances and predictions, basically, for what we think is going to happen. And I would love to find out when we'll know who's performing in the finale. Because these artists need to know now, right? Like, we surely know who is moving on, so why won't they tell us? But I wonder if it's actually... All right, let me check. Yeah, let's see. Oh, they did post something from... No way. You guys, the timing could not be more perfect. And also, I'm already shocked. Okay. 57 minutes ago, let me take a screenshot of this. 57 minutes ago, they posted the finalists. So, oh my gosh, you're hearing it here first. Crazy. I need to process this. All right. So we already know I'm not even going into the performances yet. I don't care. We're going to talk about who's moving on first. As we know from the first semifinal, we have Alexa from Oklahoma. Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't know which order this would be in. I thought it would go from semifinal 1, semifinal 2. I am very shocked, but not complaining. Grant Knoche, I think that's his last name, Knoche from Texas. He's a finalist? I mean, unless I'm totally getting this post wrong. I'm so excited. So he's in this episode that we're talking about, and I was so blown away by him. But the song, I didn't think the song was good enough to move on. But his performance is absolutely incredible. So, okay. Yes. Okay. Very happy he's moving on. 17, what's his name? From Tennessee, Tyler Braden. He was the jury vote, so we knew that one. Alan Stone, also jury vote, but my personal favorite. I am surprised. Really? I'll have to process this one. North Dakota, which make sure I get the name right. Chloe Fredericks, Can't Make You Love Me. American Samoa, Tenelle. Michael Bolton. Oh my gosh, he made it. Nico, we knew that one. Jordan Smith from Kentucky, we knew that one. And we knew the last one too. The Riker Lynch was his name. Okay. Wow. My brain right now. I need to leave a comment, you guys. Okay. You guys, I couldn't, the fact that it was posted an hour ago was okay, one of the first to see, one of the first. I'm sure so many thousands have already seen this, but and oh my gosh, no. So, okay, I just left a comment being wow, crazy lineup, but I'm sad that DIY didn't make it. Obviously, we knew New Boot Goofin didn't make it. And Sweet Taboo didn't make it. Who is voting in these competitions? Because it's just not making sense, right? When you look at, the numbers of what's popular on Spotify, it's nothing's making sense. Okay, I'll get into that in a little bit. We haven't even talked about the performances yet. So, okay. I have a lot to process. Maybe I should have waited to look up the results until the end here, but we got to start with the actual performances. So Semifinal 2 starts off with Who Moved On, which I've mentioned in the previous episode, but we knew that Alan Stone from Washington was the jury vote. Then we find out Oklahoma was voted through, obviously, because she's definitely one of the favorites. Then Colorado was a big surprise for me. Colorado moved through. Now, I already disagree with the jury, like 90% of the time. But Colorado was the bottom jury vote. And he got voted through. I'm very surprised. Kentucky, not surprised. That was Jordan Smith. And then Alabama with Nico was voted through. And that was like a maybe for me. And it got voted through. So yeah. And that's nice. We're going to have a duet in the finale. So, okay. I thought it was interesting that 2 jury votes did not make it through to the final. So we did not get Houston and we did not get Ada Leanne voted through by the audience. Which, I'm trying to think, 5 jury votes total. Alan Stone did make it. Jordan Smith. Oh, interesting though that they put 4 of the 5 jury votes in the first semifinal. Interesting. I wonder why they did that. So then there was only 1 jury vote in this episode, and spoiler, that was the one that was the jury vote for semifinal 2. So actually, maybe that's not a surprise then. Because I've been surprised that, like, man, Braden, Tyler Braden, I was really shocked that he was the jury vote. But now that I'm thinking about it, he's the only jury vote in this semifinal. So the jury already liked his performance more than any of the others anyway, right? I don't know. The show starts off with Puerto Rico. I feel like I need to commit to it at this point because I always get nervous about how I'm pronouncing it. Puerto Rico. The song was called LOKO. And now it's been this was like from week 1. So trying to remember what the first performance was like. But this time around, I thought it was a lot better. I think in the first couple weeks in general, there was way too much happening on stage with a lot of them. It was like way too much color and lights and dancers. And it seems like they've cleaned it up a lot. And I really appreciated that. So I liked it a lot more this time. The song, though, has never grown on me. It's always felt too repetitive and just not even like an interesting chorus to me, but entertaining to watch. I liked that they had the Puerto Rican flag. I like how they had the flag show up during the performance, which I don't know if they had that the first time around. So that got a little like bonus point for me. And I also thought it was funny, they had the giant letters in the background that said LOKO. And I was just happy that they were able to reuse those letters one more time. I'm assuming they're just going to go back into storage somewhere. So somebody was probably very happy they got to use the giant LOKO letters twice. Then second performance was North Carolina. John Morgan right in the middle. I'm just now realizing that one didn't move on. What? So he's been on tour with Jason Aldean. Now, he was the guy that wrote that one song for Carrie Underwood, but was it Carrie Underwood and Jason Aldean? It is. Okay. Yeah, so that makes sense then. We found out that he was co-writer for a song for Carrie Underwood and Jason Aldean, and then we also found out he went on tour with Jason Aldean. It all makes sense now how that they know each other more than just as a songwriter, This time around, when the performance started, he had no hat. And that's the second hat they've removed from these performances. And it's not working. I don't know. There's something, maybe it is also with Southern music or country music. like having a cowboy hat. There's just, I don't know what it is. I just thought it like did not look right to have him not wear a hat. He just had like beautiful clean hair, and it was like weird. Maybe because it was just so different from our initial like presentation of him. You know, he kind of has more of like a trucker look to him, but then suddenly when he's all cleaned up with like fresh hair, you're like, oh, I don't know. So anyway, I know that like, not that that should really matter, but that just stood out to me because the song was still good, still catchy. I'm not a country music fan, as we know, but Kelly Clarkson keeps losing her mind over this song, so she approves. And based on Spotify, old reliable Spotify statistics here, it's been getting a lot of plays. This song was from week 5, and so week 5 is the most recent and has the fewest plays so far on Spotify. So with that being said, this song has the most plays from week number 5. Gotta take a little screenshot. Yeah, so this one has the most plays from week 5, currently at 90,000. And oh my gosh, the top 3 songs on Spotify, at least, none of them made it to the semifinal. Interesting. Yeah, I said his singing is great. Incredible singer. I'm always amazed when someone can sound that good live because there's just a lot of nerves to overcome, and you know, you have to make sure you can hear yourself okay, hear the band okay, and all of that. So he did great. But I did think the staging was a bit boring. Yeah, actually, I'm actually pretty happy with my description here. I said it looked like he was performing on a late night talk show. Right? Like imagine he was the musical guest for SNL. It kind of felt like that, where he was they're just standing there and playing a song. Sounds great. But that was kind of it, you know? Yeah, I'd say part of it is like, I didn't feel like I wanted to see the performance again versus something like Grant Knoche. I do want to see him perform again because it was so good. So, and he's coming up here. But anyway, but I thought people would like the song enough for it to move on, and it didn't. So that surprises me. After that, we had Kansas, Broderick Jones. The song was Tell Me. I got a lot of thoughts about this one. I love this song. I do. Like, I like listening to this one on the playlist. I was shocked that this one did so well with the jury. The jury is all over the place. Because, like, here I am completely agreeing with the jury in terms of Alan Stone. I'm like, great, jury voted through Alan Stone because he's amazing. This week, I don't know what happened. Different jury, definitely the same jury because there's just so much weird stuff going on. And I like this song, but that's why I'm confused. I'm like, this song is so not like the others. And you would think the jury would pick something more like a traditional singer, songwriter type of song, as they have for 2 of them so far, you know, with Alan Stone and then Tennessee, Braden guy that moves on. Anyway, this one held the top spot up until the very last second, and then the audience didn't vote him through, which I guess, yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't think this one had enough standout potential. It's a great song to listen to with your headphones and stuff, but it's not a live performance type of song. And I think that's where it struggles, but still love the song. It'd be interesting to see what else he has actually, because I like this type of music. I enjoyed, they added some shooting stars, like I feel like more than they had last time. And they had a shooting star kind of like have a big old like spark on the stage, and the audience went crazy. And I thought that was really funny that the shooting stars were getting more cheers than the actual song. Yeah, I said I still love this song, but it won't move on. And I did like the new dancer outfits. So that was an improvement. But they changed all the dancing this time around. I made fun of it last time how the dancers literally multiplied on stage, but this time they all started out on stage. So there was no extra thing there, but
I know we're more than friends. Give me all your problems.
Number 4 is New York with Enisa, Green Light. She's the wild card vote, which was so exciting. They're claiming that she's the most viewed performance on YouTube. Now, the only reason I'll challenge that is because last time I checked, they removed the first week of performances. And we all know that New Boot Goofin was doing really well. Let me see here. All right. Week one performances on YouTube still missing. I'm not seeing it on here. Did they remove? Oh my gosh, what is happening? Enisa. Skeptical. I can't even find her original performance, which I'm wondering, have they removed all of the songs that are in the finals? No, they have not. Explain. I don't get it. Every time they claim statistics and votes, I don't believe any of it. I don't know where they're getting these numbers from. Okay, well, regardless, I liked her. And after watching her do her interview, I like her even more. She's so fun, just her whole personality. And then, of course, add everything else. She's talented, she's pretty, and her music is catchy and good. So, yeah, I will definitely be following her. Oh, also, side note. Now, I've said this like several times now, but I'm super into GeoGuessr. And I don't think I'd mentioned this last time. I was talking about flags a couple weeks ago and how I had no idea Washington, D.C. had a flag. But the Albanian flag, have I talked about the Albanian flag? Just that the Albanian flag is so cool. And I'm going to say it's my favorite flag as of right now. So, yeah. I guess it was like, oh, she's even cooler now that she's like part Albanian. Oh, anyway. Okay, so since I get to talk about this song a second time, a couple things okay, I'm trying to think. So this song sounds like a mix. And I can't think of the first song it sounds like. Oh, you guys, this is driving me nuts. I'm hoping I can think of the song while I'm editing, but I can't keep wasting more time thinking about it right now. So this song is a combination of some sort of song from like 98. I'm thinking it's late 90s, possibly early 2000s. I'm thinking of it. So there's similarities to whatever song that is, which I will add here. Hopefully it doesn't get copyright. And then it also sounds like Eurovision 2019, the song Chameleon, which I will also be putting a clip of right here.
Girl, it's how I need you up on me. Baby, come and dance with me tonight. I'm bluer than the ocean. I'm golden like the rising sun. And one touch. It all here right now. The diamonds flow in front of this crowd. Went to Neiman Marcus on a shopping spree, and on the way I grabbed Soleil and Mia.
All right, I hope I can edit that together to seem somewhat good. And I hope you guys hear the similarities that I do. Okay, but moving on to the actual performance, the whole audience had green lights. Loved it. It looked so cool. And I just said that this song was so Eurovision. The whole thing, it was like, yeah, it's hard to explain what makes something feel like it's Eurovision. And I think it's just the perfect amount of dancing and costumes and staging. It all worked. I loved it. So I said I really hope it moves on to the final. I loved it. And as of like 20 minutes ago, I found out it's not moving on. I don't get it. I do not understand the ones that moved on. Suspicious. Okay. Number 5, North Dakota, Chloe Fredericks, Can't Make You Love Me. One thing from her interview that I liked was she said, you always write the song to make you feel better. And I just thought that was the perfect way to describe songwriting. And I guess, yeah, I've written music in the past, and that's always kind of been my reasoning for writing any sort of music. Yeah, it's definitely, I can understand how it's very therapeutic for people too. So I don't know. She put that very simply, and I resonated with that a lot. You always write the song to make you feel better. And once again, she sang this song so well. Her vocals, her opening vocals are amazing. They just immediately get your attention. And yeah, 2 times in a row now, it's like, wow, she really stands out. Now, this song specifically, I'd criticized it in the qualifying rounds, only to say that the studio recording didn't wow me as much as the live performance. And somebody had left a comment that I totally agreed with. Like, people are voting on the live performances. So, which, okay, that is a good thing for me to acknowledge right now too. I keep going back to the Spotify statistics, but to me, I'm like, if it's truly a song contest, wouldn't it be the song that the people are listening to the most, you know? But it is, I feel like I do need that reminder that it's not about the studio recording. People are watching the live performances and voting on the live performances. So I do need that reality check sometimes, or just a reminder that is the situation. So every time I'm just totally shocked, like, how did this not move on? That's probably why. So anyway, so even though I'm still like, wow, this one moved on to the final too, it's like, well, she did a great job, so I shouldn't be surprised. And I said it was super solid, could definitely move on. I think part of me didn't think people would vote it through, and I don't know why though. I feel like every time I try to, I don't know, question something, I don't have a good answer for it. So it was a good performance and people voted it through. So it's plain and simple like that. I don't need to keep thinking about it, I guess. Number 6 was Connecticut, Michael Bolton, Beautiful World. As you guys know, this has been also one of my favorites since week 1. So it was this song and New Boot Goofin' that gave me hope. You know, week 1, these 2 guys, they were like, okay, I think this can be a good competition. So he's also just so adorable. I mean, I think he is an actual grandpa. So there's just something like so sweet about him being a grandpa and being on this show. And he almost seems like, yeah, he wants to be on the show, but it's not like, you know, he's happy if he makes it, but he'd be okay if he didn't make it to the final. Like, he's got that kind of attitude to it. And he definitely seemed shocked that he had made it to the semifinal. And so now that he made it to the final, I'm just hit a box down here. I'm just so happy. And I do love this song. This one also holds up. I'm going to say to my top 5. At the end of this episode, I'm going to try and put a definitive list of what I think the results are going to be. For me, this is definitely my top 5. So we'll see how that lines up when I actually write all the songs down here. I did say, though, that this performance, I do think his first performance was better. And I think it just came down to maybe a couple of vocal things. Like, he had to drop down an octave when he was doing the high notes. And so, but smart on his part, you can tell he's a professional because he knew not to push it. So yeah, he went down an octave. But yeah, I felt like the first time around, he was able to do the whole song, all the high notes, much more, yeah, confidently, or just like he had like the power to do it. So anyway, I'm wishing him luck for the final. I really hope he has an incredible performance next week. Okay, speaking of incredible performances, Texas, Grant Knoche, Mr. Independent. I have so much to say. I mean, I've already praised him earlier. First, let's talk about the things that changed. Not much, actually, but the outfit. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I don't know how that first outfit ever made it past any of the production team members. Like, that first outfit was just so bad. It was the weird mesh thing with the pockets. So glad they changed it. And because that was the thing that really distracted me, at least, from the rest of the performance. So this time around, he does do the costume change, but he has a different outfit, and then it wasn't distracting. So yeah, I can't get over how good he is at just everything. I mean, the dancing, and it was more than just the dancing and the vocals. It was the staging and all the lights and everything. I'm just blown away. Now, I know I've given Alexa plenty of crap for quote unquote lip syncing. Now I have no idea. I'm totally confused after her last performance, how much is actually live. And yeah, I'm going to say the same thing here. He's sounding a little too good for being live and for dancing that much. So, but my theory that I came up with, which was at the end of the last episode. So, quick refresher. My theory is that they did sing a live vocal, maybe during a dress rehearsal earlier that day with, no audience there because you don't want any other noises in the recording. I think they did sing a live vocal track, and then that's what they are lip syncing to, so that you're not going to hear the studio recording where it sounds perfect note for note, but you're not going to hear them out of breath and trying to sing for 3 minutes either. I think that's the case. Because every now and then where I start to be like, no, that's live. And then they'll do something where they'll close their mouth too early and you still hear them. And I'm like, no, that's not live. It's a mystery.
I got, guess I'm the only one. Mr. Independent, no, I can't leave my door wide open for no one. Big man in the black suit can tell me no.
This is, okay, I want to get this answered. I mean, luckily, okay, I'm hoping that I will get some answers down the road. I feel like I might be able to get in contact with one of these artists, and maybe they can give me the juicy details. What's going on with these vocal tracks? Because I'm confused every single week. So now, I don't know, just to reiterate, it's a song competition. So when everyone's freaking out that I'm criticizing Alexa, it's like, no, I am not. I am criticizing the production, and the song is good. That's why I actually was surprised that this one moved on, because I'm not a huge fan of the song, but the performance is amazing. So yeah, this isn't a song I listen to at all, really, but I would love to see him perform this again. So not complaining, even though I probably think in terms of songs, yeah, I don't know, maybe something else should have. It's tough. That's what Eurovision is too, right? You can't, certain songs are better and worse when they're live, and yeah, it's tough. So anyway, I'm just really happy. I didn't think you'd be voted through, to be honest, only because of the song. But I am not complaining that he is moving through. Okay. Number 8 was California, Sweet Taboo, Keys to the Kingdom. Now this is something that, yeah, in a lot of ways, it's maybe the exact opposite of Grant Knoche, because I love this song, but the performance is out of control. There's so many dancers. You guys, it's like, I really thought that they would make improvements on this one. They changed their outfits, which, yeah, I would say I liked these outfits more. But I also thought they would remove half the dancers. It's just like, why are there so many dancers? Because, and I'm surprised because they can dance too, but I feel like like you didn't really get to see them dance, or if they were dancing, they were like in the mix. They were like literally behind other dancers. So maybe I shouldn't be surprised that this one didn't get voted through. I am surprised, but like, yeah, I guess this is almost like, yeah, my therapy session. I'm talking it out, and now I'm realizing like, yeah, that performance was too much. Too much. If they had just taken out majority of the dancers, then I think this song would have placed way higher and maybe even moved on. I really love this song, and it's out, not in the competition. And then number 9, we have Tennessee. Tyler Braden, 17. So my notes are pretty short for this one. I said his voice really is incredible. Where are all these singers coming from? I think that's maybe been one of my biggest surprises from this entire series is like how there are just so many amazing performers, and they are, unknown, but they have small followings, I guess. It's like, I think that's what's crazy is these people that currently have small followings that could absolutely be right up there with all the biggest pop stars in the world. So it's really interesting to see them at this stage in their careers. So his voice was amazing.
Caught somewhere between a little too late and way too soon. We were 17.
And then I said he did a great job, but it's not my top song. He's amazing at performing. And I said you'd never guess he's an unknown, quote, unknown singer, I guess. And that's all I wrote about that one. And now that I know he's the jury vote, I can't explain it. To me, why did this one get the jury vote? Now, I said in the beginning of this episode, like, okay, he was the jury vote last time too. So I guess it makes sense that the jury would love him this time around. Because even for week 1, it was almost the exact same, There were 4 jury votes in the first semifinal, and I think they literally placed almost 1 through 4 from the jury this time around. Maybe. I think a couple of those might be mixed around, but I'm thinking if they're basing it just purely on the song, then I would have thought that maybe John Morgan could have been higher. North Dakota could have been higher. Like, I don't get it. So anyway, I'm shocked. For me, this would not have been my jury vote. And it also, for me personally, is not in my top 10 songs at all. Okay, but this might be one of the biggest shocks. Now that I know who moved through, number 10, Georgia, Stella Cole with DIY. Okay, first I said the outfit is not as good this week. Is that what did her in? Was it the outfit, you guys? I mean, the outfit was like fine, but I think last time she performed, I loved the glitter outfit instead. But other than that, the performance was basically the same. I said the performance is amazing. And I was watching it with my family, and they were also, at first they were skeptical, being like, this is the song you like? And by the end, they all loved it because they were reading the lyrics, the very censored lyrics. And then they were like, oh yeah, that's a good message, right? Like, tell some guy, like, fix yourself, do it yourself. It's hilarious and amazing. And this song has the second most plays on Spotify.
I guess you really miss it when I'm on my knees. Then you turn to a creepy little sneaky little freak up in my DM.
How did this not get voted through? Explain. I'm actually shocked. I thought this was like, no doubt this was going to move on. And then the last one was American Samoa, Tenelle, Full Circle. So I loved this performance the first time. This time they made some changes. It was mostly the outfit. I didn't like I liked the dress more, but I did think the like comb, I don't know what to like call it properly, but the hair piece that she had, I did not like that as much. And overall, it felt a lot less energetic than the first time around. And I don't know why, but I said she sang it great and I do like the song. And then I said, I don't know if this performance will send it through. But we do know this actually does make it to the final. I'm surprised. And I'm trying to think, why am I surprised? Because I think I'm specifically referring to this performance. I think I really did like the first time around better. And maybe it felt more like colorful. She had the yellow dress instead. And maybe it felt more like islandy or something. I can't explain it. But I was really surprised because, you know, this was the final performance. And it didn't seem like it had as much energy as the first time I'd seen it. I don't know.
Full circle, come around and round, yeah.
Okay, so with all of that being said, we now know the 10 performances moving on. Okay, I wrote down the 10 finalists here. I guess I'm just really shocked at semifinal 2. Those were not the result I was expecting. I really thought, okay, out of the semifinals. Okay, let me keep writing here. Okay, I'm back, guys. I just spent like 10 minutes writing down all the results and figuring out my personal rankings and predictions. All right, I'll have 2 lists for you guys. The first one is what I think is going to be the results or what I hope will be the results. And then the second list will be if it included the people that I wanted to be in the final, if that makes sense. So like my personal top 10 and then the actual top 10. Okay. Okay. Well, basically, I've been saying it for weeks now, but after seeing all of the finalists here, my favorite song, or the song I hope that will win, is Alan Stone from Washington. So a bit of both. That one's been going strong for me. I'm a little worried, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a little worried that because the jury keeps sending this one through, do people actually like it or just the jury? Because I love it. And yeah, I'm only a little concerned because this song is great and I love it, but their other jury choice, Tyler Braden, I would have not even sent that one to my top 10. So that I will be very interested to see how that one does with the audience vote, because I have no idea if people like that song either. For me, I hope Alan takes it all. But man, after writing these all out, it could absolutely be Alexa, for sure. It's kind of crazy because when the promos first started for this whole entire competition, she was in the promo and they show her saying like, did anyone expect a K-pop artist from Oklahoma? Something like that. And I remember seeing all these comments being like, oh my gosh, I want her to win. K-pop from Oklahoma. That's so cool. And like those types of comments already, but little did we know her song and her performance would actually be amazing. So that would be crazy if from day one people were rooting for her and then she ends up winning the whole thing. If it's based on audience votes, she could definitely win the whole thing. Then I feel like my order here, you know, I'm assuming it's going to maybe be something like this. I have Michael Bolton third, but that one, it could definitely, like, I don't know. I love that song. So that's why I'm wondering, like, will that get third place? It might really come down to how well he sings it live. Because then fourth place, I put Jordan Smith. And it's not because I love the song, but I just think Jordan performs that song incredibly well. Yeah, this is tricky because like based on performances, I'd put Grant towards the top. I feel like Grant would probably be like 4th place, but on this list I put him at 8th. I don't know. Maybe I can't even really justify like why these placings are the way they are, but yeah. But just to continue my list here, so I have Nico at 5th place. 6th place is Riker Lynch. 7th place, Chloe Fredericks. 8th, I have Grant Knoche. 9th, I have Tenelle. And 10, Tyler Braden, because I just don't know. I don't know. I don't really like the song. I feel like 3rd place to 10th place could really be anything. Like just scramble them up. I feel like it could be really any order. I do think the top 2 will be Alexa and Alan Stone. But man, I don't know. I can't pick between the two. Secretly, way deep down, I think Alexa's going to win. But I also have no idea what, like, I really haven't been following any other sort of like statistics or blogs. I think I just try to avoid any sort of like spoiler or any sort of like influence from those. Ooh, hopefully, okay, there's a little bit of background noise of some people showing up, but hopefully that's not too distracting. My top 10, and let me specify, my top 10 out of the 22. So my actual top 10 would include people that never even qualified for the final. But my top 10 that I thought should have been the top 10. Yeah, so basically six of them I think are still the same. So Alan Stone, and then I am shocked Stella Cole did not make it. That is crazy to me. So I would have thought DIY would have been up in the top there. I personally would have put Sweet Taboo through, but as I sat here thinking about it, their performance, I guess, was too over the top. Michael Bolton. I loved Enisa. I thought Enisa should have moved to the final, and the judges did not like her. I don't know why. Alexa, of course. Grant. I wanted him to make the final, and I didn't think he would. So still really excited that he moved on. I really thought Ada Leanne was going to move on, so that shocked me. Jordan Smith, Tenelle, and those are the 10 that I thought would have actually been in the final. I don't know if any of those predictions are interesting to you guys, but there they are. Okay, we're going into the finale. I am excited to see how that goes. I mean, I hope it's not longer than 2 hours. I'm already amazed they can drag it out for 2 hours anyway. But there's only 10 performances this time. And who knows? I was thinking about it. Will they have some surprise guests, some surprise performances? Because they always do that with Eurovision, right? And Melody Festivalen. So will they get a former Eurovision performer? How exciting would that be? Wait, I just said, I was thinking about it. I said former performer, a former performer. Anyway, so do you think they got Måneskin? That would be crazy. And then I feel like Americans would see them, be like, who are they? You know what? I was shocked the first time I actually did hear a Måneskin song playing at a store nearby. But I don't think it was on the radio. I think it was someone playing like their own little playlist on the store speakers. So anyway, and then we just have to see what happens afterwards. That's kind of the real fun part, I think, at least for the performers, is after everything is done with. That's kind of like, that's when it all begins, right? One chapter closes and another one opens, you guys. So hopefully this is the beginning for a lot of these artists, and that's the exciting part, and that is what is going to spark this flame across the states, right? Like, nobody's watching this show. You guys, I looked up the numbers. 1.5 million people are tuning in each week. and that is nothing. That's embarrassingly low. I thought it was at least 3 million. Turns out it was only like 3 million on the first week, and it's been like 1.5 million ever since. The good news is it's been a consistent 1.5 million ever since. So hopefully all the people looking at ratings for the shows and deciding if they want to renew for a second season, hopefully they see that it's consistent, that like once you start, they're hooked, right? So we need to give it some time. And I really hope that when we start seeing artists emerge onto the radios and everyone's like, what? Who's this? Where did they come from? American Song Contest. That is my hope. So, and if there is a season 2, I'm going to go on record right now. I'll submit a song if there's another season. I'll represent Minnesota, dang it. Although I thought I was going to submit songs to Melody Festival in last year, and then all of a sudden it was like submission time and I had nothing. So, but that would be fun, right? I'd love to submit something. Hopefully there's a second year. Okay, that wraps it up. I talked a lot, and that's why I had to split this into 2 videos. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. There's only one more left after this. So thanks again. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching and being patient with me as I've been putting these together. I tried to be more consistent with the timing, but unfortunately, this is not my full-time job. I would love to get to a point where making the content does come first, but unfortunately, this is always like the last thing on the burner that I need to get to. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I really appreciate all your feedback. Let me know about the whole lip syncing fiasco. Is it real? Am I going crazy? I don't know. All right, I'll leave it there, and next time we talk, we're talking the finale. We're talking results and who is the winner of the American Song Contest 2022. So otherwise, yeah, I'll talk to you then. Later.